All right, greetings everyone, and good evening, or good morning, or good night, or good afternoon. Whatever time it is in your part of the galaxy, I hope you're making it a great day. The GAC to play today. We're going to get through here, have a little fun, chat with the chat. If you guys get any questions, comments, things that you want to know, ask me almost anything. I'll answer questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Alpha League, life in general, my investments in the stock market, whatever you guys want to know. I'm pretty open to sharing. Anyway, let's get in here and take a look at this opponent and see what we've got going on for Grand Arena. My opponent today looks to be German, or at least be in a German guild. GDM Caesar, I guess. It's like all special characters, so it's hard to tell what that's even supposed to be. But we'll call him Caesar. Render unto GDM what needs to be rendered unto that which is his. GDM must be the guild, huh? GDM Gefährten der Macht. Might. Something. Maybe somebody who knows German can tell me what that means. Kyber Soze says, "Hey DL, how's it going?" I think it's going to go well. I'm predicting it will go well. That's my thought. All right, so this opponent has 11.49 million galactic power. That's close to us. About the same. 7 in characters, 4 in ships. Galactic War Battles won 35,000, so that's 8.5 years. Yikes. That's a long time played. Leviathan is 6 stars, but still he's got Leviathan, Profundity, Executor, all the ships. Most of the stuff is relic. There's a few ships down here that aren't relic. Character-wise, 9 out of 9 Galactic Legends. All the usual suspects here up top. His build kind of stops at Balin. So he does have Ahsoka, but he doesn't have Balin or any of the newer stuff like that. So a player who's kind of, let's say, going on the free-to-play timeline or the cheap-to-play timeline, whatever, however you want to say it. But, yeah, so at least no Apo clones and all that crazy stuff. Jar Jar says, "Good morning. Just got up and it's just morning." I don't know, man. It's like 1 a.m. where you are, right? Does that I guess technically that does qualify as morning. It is after midnight, so. Well, Jar Jar, I hope you're having a good middle of the night morning. All right, so he does have great mothers in the house, as well as most of the usual teams that we would expect. Some stuff down here at the bottom. He never relicked Zori. Saw Gerrera is still unrelicked. Enfys Nest. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at speed real quick. Ezra Bridger, fastest non-GL at 359. I've been seeing that on some accounts here lately where people have made Ezra their fastest character, and I just don't understand that. I don't understand the desire to make Ezra that fast. I feel like, you know, why would you ever give this guy a speed set, right? Don't you just want health out the everything? Just health, and more health. Little defense on top to make you even chunkier. I don't know. I mean, I feel like, for me, Ezra Bridger is just a speed bump, right? You got to make him as hard as possible to get over, to get at the rest of the team, whatever's behind it. All right, though, Darth Revan, let's take a look. 342. All right, so he's got quite a few characters that are pretty fast. Skywalker's at 316. All right, so we don't really have much of a mod advantage overall. It's a pretty fair matchup. It's pretty even. Mike Armstrong says, woohoo, DL stream. Hey, everybody. Hey, Mike Armstrong. Kyber says, not to be too critical, but I'd call that inefficient timeline. That GP at 8.5 years. Assume positivity. Maybe he took a break from the game, right? Well, if you're taking a break from the game, then you're not doing galactic war battles. It would be very strange if somebody took a break from the game and still continued to do their galactic war battles. That's why I feel like that's a good indicator of time played, because, I mean, it's just how many days you took 12 galactic war battles. It's a pretty good representation. So, yeah, I mean, it's not efficient, but if this guy's playing for free, this is what you would expect, right? You would expect the account to be about here with all time played in a completely free-to-play account. So then really inefficient for those of us that like that kind of thing. Yeah, for sure. I mean, even free-to-play, I think it's possible to build more stuff than this. But a lot of people are really casual about it. Rabel hangs out in this channel quite a bit. And Rabel is just, like, completely chill. Like, he's competitive enough to want stuff, but doesn't go out of his way to get anything. And he's been playing free-to-play pretty much since the game started, and he has everything but the very newest stuff. And he can get the newest stuff on a pretty short timeline, too, because he doesn't use his crystals on anything else. He's been playing so long that, like, he doesn't need the fleet refreshes and mod refreshes and all that stuff every day. He just kind of, you know, does a couple mod refreshes when he feels like it, and otherwise pretty much just leaves the game alone, and he's got enough gear to gear the new characters. So it's interesting to see somebody who plays, let's say, with a respectable level of efficiency. If you've been playing free to play since the start of the game, you would basically have everything. All right, so let's take a look at this guy's defense. Gungans, Lord Vader. This Lord Vader team has Darth Vader, Thrawn, and Piet. And I feel like that was the version of Lord Vader in this team that was like 3 years ago. There's no Maul in the team, no dark side clones. So he's got some pretty high relics on these characters, but when I look at this team, I think, you know, maybe I'll use JML just to make sure that I don't drop the battle. But it seems pretty straightforward. Here we have a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team. And I think that this team is beatable with Darth Sidious, with the Sidious Cron. So I think that's worth a try. With the Dark Trooper in there, that kind of makes things different. I don't know if it's possible that they'll one-shot my Sidious with that Dark Trooper in there. But yeah, there's something, there's like a 100% win rate with Sidious against this. So, it must work, right? Must work. Kyber Soze says, no, Calvin Awesome is totally free to play as a 9-year player and still has 2+ more million GP than that account. No, I get what you're saying, Kyber Soze. I was comparing what you were saying to a friend of mine who's got everything. Yeah. No, all I'm saying is that different players are. Some players are more chill than others. Yep. So gameplay says, ADL, how are you? Doing well, doing well. Mike Armstrong says, very important to mention as free to play, there are a lot more things going on to level your account faster. But 8.5 years ago, there wasn't nearly as much. And it depends on how good their guilds are. Is your opponent done fighting? He left ships. And I've seen this done 100 times now. And I don't know who people think that they're fooling. Like they play this far and they leave up ships. And then they hope that their opponent comes in and just plays until they've got like 1075 banners. And then quits playing. And then tomorrow he can come in and get ships and win. I mean, I don't know if people still fall for that. But I'm assuming that he's going to clear ships. However, he did play out the battles, and he lost against Rey. So there's a good chance that this Rey is going to hold. So I will assume that by the end of GAC tomorrow, he'll clear those ships. But I don't know if he's going to clear Rey. This CLS team with the Sonastaros in it, that has gotten a hold for me a couple times now. And the Star Killer team got a hold for me. So he dropped a couple battles. He stopped here. But I assume for sure he's going to clear ships. Yeah. Yep, I think he's stuck on Rey. Yeah, I don't get why people wait to attack. Like, you should always be trying to be as efficient as possible anyway, so what's the point in waiting to see what your opponent's score is, like this guy trying to pretend to finish when they're not? Well, I think some people fall for it. And I've been in battles like that before where I've won battles like that before. Like, let's say I get to the back wall and I know that I'm held on the back wall, but there's two other teams back there that I know I can beat. I'll leave them. And you guys have seen me do this. I mean, this is recorded for posterity where I've done this before, where I say, you know what, I'm going to leave those two teams. I'll wait to see what my opponent does. And if the banners are close, then I'll come in and beat those teams. And I can't tell you, man, there are people who go in there, and if you have this 1073 score and they really think you're done, they will only play until they get like 1080. And as soon as they're ahead of you, they'll quit playing. They'll just walk away from the game. And then you come in like a half hour before GAC ends, and you clear those two other teams off the back wall, and you get the win. Just because people are lazy. I mean, it's literally just that. They don't want to take the time to play. So, yep. Kyber Soze says, I don't leave ships because it's a strategy in GM. I leave ships because they're less enjoyable to play than regular squads. So sometimes I just need a mental break and then I come back to the ships when I'm ready. It could be. I mean, I'm not passing judgment. So let's just say I don't care what people do. If they leave the ships up like this, I'm not passing judgment. I'm not saying that people should or shouldn't do it, but I'm not getting fooled by it. That's all I'm saying. I am assuming these ships are going to be cleared tomorrow. I'm not going to fall for that, like, oh, he's only got 1,000 banners. So that's all I'm saying, is that I'm never going to assume that. All right, or maybe he flipped the table. You know, maybe he lost against that Rey team, and he just, flipped the table and has to clean up all the cups and picture frames off his living room floor, something like that. You know, those things can happen. Nonsense. Okay, so whenever people are defeated, they can't be revived. So with this Kron, anybody that I kill is never coming back. So I feel like I've got the right mechanics in this Kron to try to make this work. So let's see. Jar Jar says when the game started, you had to be level 85 and do 150 Galactic Wars before you could sim it. Now you can do 50 before level 85 and sim, which is 1 day without packs, which is 1 day with packs. Man, when I started playing the game, it was almost 6 years ago now with my first account. And you had to play every single Galactic War every day. There was no sim button. You literally had to go in and play 12 battles. And it was so annoying. I remember when I got the Kylo Ren, the old school Kylo Ren, to Relic on my first account that I ever played. And you could just do that area of effect and clear, you know, like a full team in Galactic War. And so I would use him and Anakin, Jedi Knight Anakin, on a team. And I would just, I mean, obviously that's not good team synergy, but I had them both relicked. And you could go through there and just do their AoEs alternating and clear Galactic Wars quickly. But it was annoying. It was super annoying. And people would leave, like, there'd be Gear 12 Phoenix in that last slot. And even some of the things that could clear quickly couldn't clear those stupid Phoenix just because they had so much recovery. Galactic Wars used to be so annoying. SWGOH says, I'm in a bracket with Fat Phil and one of my guildmates. And my guildmate is fighting Fat Phil in the first round. And he says he won. Oh, nice. That's cool. My opponent is 14.5 million GP, all 9 GLs. Intends to do 1 attack. Yeah. Well, hey, good luck. Good luck, SWGOH. Good luck, Boris. All right, let's get in here and see if we can get Darth Sidious to do his job. I'm a little worried that Dark Trooper's just going to come in here and maul me. But let's hope that doesn't happen. At least we're not against a team that has that mechanic where they take away my protection, so. What? Cheating what? An enemy is defeated by a Sith ally. That enemy can't be revived. Can't be revived. How are these guys getting revived? It's not fair, I tell you. If he comes back again, I'm going to be lit. All right, down to just Dark Trooper. And I think we have to kill him manually, right? Because we can't auto kill him. Or maybe we can. I'm not sure how it works with the stacks. Okay, stop getting stacks, nerd. Let me finish you off here, buddy. Immediately gains back stacks. All right. 79 banners. I'll take that. He died by lots of dots and not by Sidious. He died by lots of dots and not by Sidious. Oh, so you're saying that the insta-kill effect is considered to be coming from the Datacron, not from Sidious himself. Okay, so it wasn't a hit that Sidious did. It was an effect of the Datacron, so the no revives doesn't count. Well, that Datacron for Sidious is a lot worse than I thought then. What you're saying makes sense. I accept your explanation. But that does mean that that's kind of a trash Datacron then. unfortunately. All right, let's look for a good rebel cron here. I've got this Luthen cron. I might use that somewhere else though. Here we've just got a bunch of stuff. A bunch of crit damage, that's good. We can take the crit damage. It's like that VSEP SK. They somehow get one revive, but then no one else revives. I don't get it. Star Killer? Well, if a Star Killer team has what's her name? Yeah, the healer. I keep wanting to say Luminara, but that's not the right one. You guys know what I mean. The healer that revives people. All right, let's get in here and see if we can take out this Ahsoka team. And from prior experience, even if I don't get the insta-kill on Ezra, I found that it really is my best interest to just stay on him until he's gone. Try to remove his protection and get him taken care of. Ooh, lay it down. Oh, man. This is new. I don't think I've ever just lost my Leia like this. That, I guess that's a poster for why you have to bring the Radis Jin combo. Well, we'll put it here, and then damage immunity lasted exactly one turn. Just got removed instantly. Yeah, she destroyed my Leia here. We got nothing. All right, let's just get out of here. Ooh, that was scary. That was scary. All right, so having failed my normal counter, what do I need to do here? It looks like people have used just Bane. Sith Eternal Bane. SLKR only has like a 90% win rate against teams with Exile. I can honestly say, I mean, my memory's not everything it should be, but I can't remember ever having lost to an Ahsoka team yet with my Leia. Radis and Jin are needed for the team, for the battle, if they have Ezra in the team. Well, let's take a look at what else we've got to deal with. We've got a non-Ezra Rey. That should be doable. We can do Phoenix against the Inquisitors. We can do Gas against the Moms. We'll have to save either JMK or Bane here. So that gives us Bane to use. And the truth is, if we don't beat this team, we ain't seeing the back wall. So as much as I hate to do it, I'm going to put these two guys together. We'll still have the Afra team. We'll still have SLKR. We'll still have some tools in the toolbox if we need them. I've got one with a ton of armor penetration. Where's that one that has like 202% armor penetration or whatever? I think it's is it this one? Yeah, 185% with a bunch of crit damage and health. I like this one. So let's do this and we'll just kill everybody with area of effect. And if it doesn't work, oh boy, I'm going to be hating life. Man. Okay. Whenever that happens where foresight does not get removed by Bane's ability that removes buffs, I find it super annoying. Game should work as intended. Okay. I suppose we could go over and work on Hera, but I feel like she's just going to get taken care of by some AoE here in a minute. Maybe not. Wow. Relic 7 Hera. Surprisingly durable. Let's just go over to Ezra because we want to siphon off protection wherever we can. Okay, that should get rid of Hera. Never mind, I guess Exile protects everybody. Okay. All right. See if we can get rid of Exile here next. Oh, sure, he deserves a whole bunch of protection. We've removed his protection and he's not allowed to have any. But he can go ahead and gain like 2,000 protection. I wouldn't mind taking away a little more of Ahsoka's protection before I end up killing Ezra. I don't think we're at risk of losing Bane here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if I take away Ahsoka's protection, it's going to make her a little easier to deal with. Yeah, that's going to be it. Just put it on auto at this point. Let Bane do Bane things. Okay. So now let's talk about the division of resources here. I could SLKR this Vader, or I could JML here. Maybe we do JML but then split up. We could do Bo-Katan here too. We could do Bo-Katan. Who else do we have for Gungans? Like, what are all of our options on Gungans? Let's go check and see if there's any fun Gungan things we can do. Come on. I know Gungans have to be a popular defense. There they are, Boss Nass counters. Oh, wow. Galactic Legends, Traya, Bo-Katan, Great Mothers, which I don't have yet. Phoenix. But the Phoenix are reserved for his Inquisitors. Luthen. A Luthen team has 82% win rate. Well, well, well. All right, here's what we can do. We can JML this Vader. We can Bo-Katan these Gungans. I mean, we could probably bounty hunter this Vader. I'm going to throw it. I'm going to throw it, guys. Have you fought against the new Dark Side Vision Raycron yet? A whale in my squad arena already has it. And it took out your Lord Vader with the Dark Side clones. To be honest, it looks like SLKR Darkside Ray actually have a higher win rate than C-Bane. Rabel says, I hate breaking up Radis, but I don't dare do it without him. I put Radis on defense because a lot of people use Phoenix to beat Radis. And if they're using their Phoenix to beat Radis, my back wall Inquisitors have more of a chance of holding. Bounty Hunters used to work on this Lord Vader. There's no Maul there to scare me. I think Fennec in the lead is kind of the thing to do, right? Because that's going to give us the instant contract. And then we can start taking people out. We've got a good Kron. We don't have Hutt allies, but we do have some dark side. Lots of penetration, crit damage. This one has a little bit of protection and offense, crit chance. Take this one. The new Yoda Datacron beats Lord Vader clones on auto. Oof. So there's 2 Krons we may have to build. Ugh. That Darkside Vision Ray one does look just absolutely nasty. Okay. Contract. Let's go. Sneeze. We gotta just get going. Okay. Let's do stuff. What? Mistakes were made. I needed to do the mass assist to fire up Mando, and I did not. That's my bad. Okay, let's just manually kill this level 5 Royal Guard here. And then we can let's poof Vader. Might have been a better idea to poof Thrawn, but he should be easier to kick into the next dimension. Ooh, no! Come on! What is that? Well, without Fennec, this might be hard. This is beeline Fennec. Vader. Going crazy. What is this? Oh. Man, this guy. Wow. Okay, I messed that up. I messed that up like 3 different ways. Anybody watching this video, don't do what I just did. There was a part in the middle where I should have cleansed and I clicked the wrong button and didn't cleanse. There was a part where let's take Iden in here to be our cleanser on this one. Yeah, so I messed that up. I messed that up bad. That's yuck. And I didn't do the mass assist to get my Mando fired up right away, so I wasted a turn there. Poorly played, Loquitur. Okay. We just want damage. Damage, damage, and more damage. Let's look for tons of armor penetration. And crit damage if we've got it. There's a Datacron somewhere. There, here we go. 117%, 105% armor penetration. We could take that one. Alright, guys, don't let me down. It's just a Piet and a Lord Vader. How is this Lord Vader doing this much damage? This is crazy, guys. This is completely abnormal. I'm going to have to go check his Vader out and find out what it is that he's doing, because this Lord Vader is doing insanity damage. Okay, getting some hits now. Got to get some stacks back on this guy before too long. Get a third stack back. Vader will probably instantly hit me and knock me out of that stack, but okay, Dark Trooper doing some work now. Come on, get in there, buddy. Wow. Attacking my Snow Trooper. Dude, you have no idea how much I love my Snow Trooper. There, take a pneumatic fist to the face. Okay, cleaned up. Well, 2 dropped battles so far. Not fantastic, y'all. I blame myself. I think that Fennec one probably would have worked, but man, I did a whole bunch of stuff not in the right order. I'm pretty frustrated with that. I don't know what the heck I was doing. Clicking the wrong buttons, dough. Person DeLoreans. Let's find them a decent cron here. This is okay. What are Lord Vader's mod? Mike said the fracture hurt bad. Yeah. Not clean, but didn't spend an expensive team at least. Let me fight this, and then I'm going to go look at that Lord Vader's mods. I think that that is called for. Man, this Gungan battle, every time, when it starts out, like it starts out so bad for this Bo-Katan team every time. Just get ripped in half. And they all get to take like 7 turns. It feels so unfair. Alright, let's get in here and try to get this generator dead. Get all those debuffs gone for a second. Alright, get on fire, nerds. Oh, they're all coming to attack me now. Dispel all buffs on all enemies. Yep, that's what we want. Give them a little daze action. Let's find our friend Jar Jar here. We love Jar Jars in our chat. We do not like them on the battlefield. That's the thing. That's the truth of it. Jar Jars in chat equal okay. Jar Jars on enemy teams must die. Okay. Now we'll take out the Gungan phallus. And everybody else will die pretty easily from there. All right. Jar Jar says, Gameplay gets better with more likes. That's true, man. There's a lot of people here who have not clicked that like button. Man, y'all have like sabers, specially designed for annihilating like buttons. Please do that. All right, what do we got on the back wall? We got an Enoch team. We've got a Zam bounty hunter team, and we've got this Luthen team. The Luthen team is scary enough to be scary, I guess. All right. Lard Vader. Speed. Protection. Expected. Protection. 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 Yes. I mean, it's all protection. That's typically what you see on Lord Vader. And the speed is not a factor in his damage. Only 10-6 on damage. How? How was he hitting like a freight train? There's not even that big of like offense substats. Crit damage, nothing. Could be the Datacron. I guess. Let's see if we can still see what Datacron he had on there. I don't think it'll show it now that it's grayed out. We can see that it's a level 5 Datacron though, with a snowflake. So, level 5 snowflake Datacron. So it's one of these. It can't be that one, right? Armor penetration. Oh, this one's got like 50% crit damage. Maybe that's the one he's got on there. It's just a bunch of crit damage. I guess. I don't know. Man. I mean, truthfully, I've never been hit that hard by a Lard Vader. It's one of the purple ones. It's one of the purple ones. Oh, I see. From the purple set. Well, we're just going to assume that it must have been a bunch of armor penetration or crit damage. That's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, let's put in Phoenix. Phoenix. Let's use the Phoenix Kron so that we don't have to stick in a tank. We can use Kanan as our tank. And as long as he's not the one that dies, we're good. Okay. Get some dazes going. No, 0 dazes. Oh, 1 daze. Woof. That was brutal. We'll put this on Kanan. K9. K9 Jarrus. We'll use Chopper in case we get some cooldown. Alright, there we go. Now we got a few more dazes. Now we got to save the next special until she revives. Or the next, you know. Well. Oof. There we go. Good timing. Good enough. And, interestingly, no days on Third Sister. Try again. I should have waited. I should have waited on that. I should have waited until she came back again the third time. Running out of turn meter train here. Okay, we'll have it up for his next turn anyway. If we could get a turn with Sabine, that would be fantastic. It feels like she's gone once the whole battle. Why does Sabine have no turn meter? Sabine Wren. Purge. Can't gain bonus turn meter because of the torture. Okay, that answers that. So we've got no Sabine for the battle because of torture. Fine. Fine. Jerk. All right, let's get that taken care of. And we just auto it at this point. It's Sabine's day off. She's tortured. She can't lose turn meter. Better her than Rex? Yeah, definitely better her than Rex. JQ says, man, I lost a GAC with Phoenix. Failed for the first time. Used Sith tank instead of Kanan. Well, I guess we see there why a pre-taunt tank is still maybe worth having. Because without the taunt there, that torture could have gone on Rex. And if that's what happened to you and they put torture on your Rex, that seems to be, that could be a loss condition. Based on what I just felt there myself, that felt bad. Okay, we'll do some attack. Yeah, sure, this is fine. We'll do the health and protection just to get more protection. Here comes the clowns. Arc Troopers doomed. These characters seem to have been reprogrammed. Like the last few times that I fought these Night Sisters, when Gas sits down, they just target fives straight up. They don't like kill another clone and let you get the sacrifice. Yeah, see? Well, she attacked fives, but then the next one didn't, which is interesting. Marin's in the house. We did get a sacrifice this time. Okay, well, maybe it's not hard programmed for that after all. Seemed like it was. All right, let's throw grenades again. Let's just get her out of here. Nobody can be revived, right? Marin is just completely wasted here. Is that true? I think that's true. And we actually removed stealth from the Chombi that time, or the spirit that time. It's pretty good. Pew! All right, Acolytic. Get out of here. 59 banners, we'll take it. It's fine. It's going to be fine. Marin makes Sith Empire harder. Does nothing against Gas. KY says, I don't think could be a pre-taunting tank is essential in Phoenix versus Inquisitors. So even with the Datacron, you still use the pre-taunt tank. Who do you throw out then? Chopper? Because Sabine is really useful. You have to have Rex. You have to have Hera. So if you're going to do Kanan for the Datacron, then Chopper's the only one that you could throw out. I suppose you could throw out Sabine, but man, when you remove turn meter using her bombs, that really makes the battle impossible for the Inquisitors to manage, I feel like. Let's use all the good Jedi here. Cal Kestis Kron. And we'll just try to get this to go. I think the mistake that I made last time was I let Cal Kestis live way too long. So I think Jedi Knight Cal is going to insta-kill Cal. I think that's going to be my Jedi Knight Cal target. We'll kill Cal Kestis, and that should make the rest of it easier to deal with. Not Chopper because he decreases everyone's cooldown. Yeah, here's Rex Pre-Taunt. Hera, Sabine, Kanan, Rex Pre-Taunt. Well, then Chopper's not... Huh? Not Chopper because he decreases everyone's cooldown. Hera, Sabine, Kanan, Rex Pre-Taunt. That's without Chopper, though. So the only other choice if you're going to have Kanan in there is to throw out Sabine. Which, man, her armor shreds and her bombs do a lot. He can give a turn to Hoda. But other than that, seems like Baby Cal is way better. Those 5, pre-taunt means any pre-taunt. Pre-taunt means any pre-taunt. But that's 6 though, because Hera, Sabine, Kanan, Rex, pre-taunt, and then you said you need Chopper. On the squad they have Jedi Cal, not Baby Cal. That's true, it is Jedi Cal. They don't have the Cal Kestis Kron, so he's not as dangerous. This battle should just be a walkover, so I don't know. I feel like there's something I'm missing, you know? You ever get that feeling like this looks so easy? Surely I must be missing something. We'll pop his damage immunity right away here. We'll try to get it on Rey as well if we can. Get an armor shred over here on her. Okay. We didn't get there. Okay. Let's do this. And let's do this. Send it back around to Cal. Then we will shoot Rey. And just get rid of that. Right? That feels like the right thing to do. Get some damage immunities here. I would love... Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We got damage immunity on Rey before she went into the ult. So that's damage immunity on everybody, right? I think. Oh, let's get on Rey. And try to get some of these stacks off of her. Boop. Man, my Revan. I don't know what's wrong with my Revan. I need better mods than that dude. He gets killed all the time. Way too easily. Okay. No! How did we not kill Rey right there? Ha ha ha! Nice. Hermit Yoda ran away. See you later, buddy. Well, I tell you, that I told you that was going to be super easy. And then It wasn't. We almost lost that garbage. Well, not almost lost, but we still lost lost 2 of our characters. I'm going to put a 5th character in here because in prior battles, it came to my attention that without that 5th character in there, JML doesn't get his ult when I want him to get the ult. So I'm going to put the 5th character in to make sure I get the ult when I want it. Sometimes someone tough squad is a battle you've done so many times it's too easy. And JQ says, yeah, that's the story of my defenses. That's a fair point, Jar Jar. All right, well, I'm slacking off talking instead of paying attention. I just wasted 35 seconds of this battle. That shouldn't be a big deal, though. It should be fine. Okay. All the cleansing and stealthing and... All right, there we go. That should be enough that we got the ult on time. Let us hope. All right. And there's the ult. And next time Padme takes a turn, we should see her pop out of stealth. Or not. Okay. She needs to take 2 turns. Oh, there she's out of stealth now. That was weird. What, wait for Ahsoka to go before you pop out of stealth? That's rude behavior. I don't know why I'm killing the decoy. I could have been killing anybody. Come on. Give me another turn on Ahsoka here. Stealth again? Okay, once again, a never-before-seen problem with this battle. I have never had Queen Amidala go into stealth twice. But she came right back, so fine with that. All right, let's get rid of Padawan Obi-Wan here. I think he's more dangerous than Jedi Knight Anakin, right? Or at least in this comp. And then we'll get rid of Mace. I'll just put this on auto. We got 2 minutes and 30 to go. Smash some like buttons, y'all. Like sabers activate. Okay, Mace Windu going into stealth. Wants us to believe that he's stealthy. Alright. Let's just say no. Say no to Mace stealthing. Alright, we got 2 minutes to kill Qui-Gon. He's Relic 7, so shouldn't be too bad. I think that's our 3rd ult this game. Alright. Down he goes. 65 banners. Good. We get to see ships. Let's see how bad it is in ships. Okay, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We got easy ships. We should have that easily. Okay, these Knight Brothers. We've successfully beaten them with the Padme team. Which, let's see who we've got that I set up. I think he's set up with no, I don't think so. I think I used most of my characters that I set with the right timing. 269, and I think Padme is like 270, right at 270. Is that right? Yeah, 270. So these two are set up. Plo is set up. 269. Yep. And 203. Definitely didn't work on him. Where's Cam at? 253. We'd probably call that close enough. Put Cam in here. See if we can make this work. We've still got a Luthen team. We've still got Afra. We've still got SLKR. We've got a bunch of stuff. 32% health. Seems okay to me. Alright, let's see if we can make this crazy Padme team work. Okay. Doing things and stuff and junk. And all of our characters somehow go before Padme. Padme has 270 speed. She is the fastest. And every character on the team went before her. I don't get it, I must say. I feel like we've been unfairly treated in this matter. Dodged? Gotta be kidding me. And no more stacks. More stacks for us. Alright. Survive to the next round of courage. Suppose that's the name of the game here. Can't gain turn meter. Cup is about to go crash. Okay. Get back on Enoch if we can here. Enoch down. Enoch knock. Stormtrooper. Having none of this nonsense. Alright, let's keep cupping the fight here. We've got courage stacks coming up. Stormtrooper will not take damage. This is crazy. This team has absolutely nothing outside of courage. Right? Like they've got courage, and that is it. That is all they have. There's courage. All right. Dodged. I just put it on auto. I just run it. I don't know what else to do here. We keep trading off. Stormtrooper somehow going into stealth, which is not okay. Target the Stormtrooper. I think we'll get one more round of courage stacks and that's it. So I don't think we have a chance of winning this, guys. Just stuck on these. This worked before. How did this work before? See if we can kill anybody. What is it that's stopping us? We got to get a crit to kill. So is it just that we can't crit? How did we get this to work before? That's so weird. I do believe you learn not to kill Night Trooper because he has a huge recovery mechanic. Does maybe someone on the other team have unpreventable turn meter drain? Padme definitely had her turn meter reduced somehow, right? Like that's a definite thing. I'm trying to figure this out because the Padme gimmick worked before. The Padme gimmick worked. And now, it did not. And even though that first turn was messed up, I mean, we got turns where we still had courage stacks, but we couldn't make good on it, you know? All right, let's kill this Luthen team. And again, I don't need to be, or at least I think, maybe my opponent's fooling me. Maybe he drops a Rey battle just to make me think he's done. And then he'll come in and be more efficient and win. And if he's got that next level of a strategy, I guess he can have it. But yeah, I'm playing as if I just have to full clear, not as if I need every single banner to win. So maybe that's a mistake. But I don't want to drop any more battles. Driving me a bit crazy. Just trying to think that through, because we kill Enoch. And then the likelihood that we go through that battle and hit that many times and never get a crit on anybody. Right? The crit stuff is tied to Enoch here. Enemies have, at the start of each dispel advantage, and they lose 25% offense for 2 turns. We don't care about that, right? So, once we get rid of him, the punishment to crit chance is gone. I wonder if, like, his characters all have crit avoidance somehow? No? I don't know it, guys. I don't know it. Does Wampa clean this up? All right, let's not get stupid. Let's put a good team in here. I think we still have Remnant. We've got tons of stuff, right? So let's take some kind of Remnant team here. This should work. Okay. Let's go. Let's go ahead and drain turn meter right away. One down, 4 to go. Okay, Bosk. If you think you're the Bosk. No, auto's not so good, right? Because then we do the stupid ability that clears our stacks, which we don't want. We don't want to clear our stacks for no reason whatsoever. Bosk coming back. Datacron style. Alright, let's just shoot him. That's it there. We'll save the armor shreds for when we get Dengar popped out of stealth. Chomp. Bite his face off real quick, because we're a zombie. You know. 64 banners, we'll take that. And then let's just use Afra to clean this up. Afra's got to work here, right? Level 15 Datacron. Come on, let's go. Decay gives 15% crit avoid to teams, plus 50% from leadership. Decay kept you from winning. The 50% stays around after he's gone. Oh, or is the 50% passive from somebody else? Wait. I just realized that Afra is like the worst banners ever because the little robot damages everybody. All right, we're clearing. We're clearing. Oh, wow. It's a negotiator, but there is no marauder. No marauder. Okay. So let's see. The Chimera. We can profundity that. We can executor to the negotiator. And then we don't have, never mind. I was going to say we could Radis this malevolence because the Radis does a good job there. Okay. I feel like without a Marauder, this negotiator is really easy to beat. We're going to try it. We're going to try the good old-fashioned first order counter to this negotiator, since he does not have a tank and he does not have a Marauder. I feel pretty comfortable with this. Now, if his first reinforcement is a Marauder, I'll be sad. Tears will fly from my eyes. But if I can get good banners on this, then the rest of it's all academic. Anakin gets a missile. And then we try to put him in the yellow but not kill him. Ideally, that's what we want. We want him in the yellow but not dead. Where he's at right now is perfect. Okay, the enemy capital ship will put the unending loyalty on him. Okay, and then let's get a big hit. And then when we get our first reinforcement, we will strip off all these buffs, target Anakin, call the silencer, and it's just that easy, y'all. Well, the first part's that easy anyway. Steal your turn meter. Stun maybe. Strip buffs. Get rid of that taunt so that we can get back over to Ahsoka. Okay. Yeah, we can't do anything now because we're we're all dazed up. I really don't want to target Ahsoka because I really don't want that retaliation coming in at me. Okay, let's just do that. Can't get taunt back on our tank to save our lives for some reason. Here comes a Plo. He's going to cleanse off all those stupid dazes. Give our tank some taunt back. We're going to target Ahsoka and get a stun. Plo. Plo gets taunt. Why? Let's send that over here. More reinforcements? My goodness. How many do you have? However many is one too many. Two too many, three too many. A lot too many. All right, let's get some turn meter going here. And pew! What? Come on. My silencer should be hitting for like 14 million by now. This thing's been... Never tickle the TIE silencer, right? That's the rule. This TIE silencer's been tickled so much that, like... I don't think it's possible. Oh, I got dazed again. Never mind. Stupid dazes. Alright. But yeah, this silencer should be ramped... Oh, there's the Marauder. There's the Marauder. What's going on with you, Marauder? He's probably going to kill my silencer. It's very unfortunate. Okay, we're still alive. We live to fight another day here. Get some healing off of that attack. Now with the days gone, we might survive. We might actually... No! No! Most broken move in the game right there, guys. Come on. This is ridiculous. That move to this day, you guys have heard me say it before, I'll say it again. That ability on this ship is the most broken skill in the game. Does damage, calls everybody on the team to assist, puts daze on the enemy team, and gives more buffs to your guys. Like all of that. That's too much for one ability, but hey. All right. 30 seconds left. I don't know that we're going to be able to pull this out without our silencer. But we'll put it on auto so that we waste absolutely no time trying to get these attacks in. It's probably just going to be the Marauder. 13 seconds. Sliver of life left. Heals him up. Gives him unending loyalty. That's it. Nothing we can do now. Wow. I don't have any words for that. I don't have any words. I do have words. I have words. They're words that I should not say on stream. So we're just going to leave it at that. You know what? I'm not taking any chances. Good God, if I drop this battle again, there's no way. There's no way one Marauder can beat a Malevolence fleet, but I wouldn't put it past this negotiator to somehow figure out how. It's probably got that ability queued up so it can do area of effect damage. Lose max banners. Okay, that was just dumb. I'm playing dumb now. I'm being careless. Sure, why not? Days on everybody so we can't even use the mass assist. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, fine. Well, if my opponent's sandbagging on that Ray, we're going to lose. That's unfortunate. I was trying to out-clever this, you know. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have just taken the Executor against the Negotiator, you know. I don't know. That battle was going well, and then somewhere right in the middle, they just focused in on my silencer, and I couldn't get him off it, you know. I couldn't get a taunt anywhere. Couldn't get days off any of my ships. Huh. Just didn't work out well for me. All right, well, let's wreck these last two fleets and then move on. All right, we're just going to go right after the Hyena Bomber here. I gotta sneeze again. Achoo! All right, get stunned. Oh, man. I don't even know. I don't even know. Turns out Malevolence is a counter to Executor the whole time and just didn't know it. Get the taunt off of our punishing one, though, for sure. Just get rid of the debuffs here. All right. I really don't want that tank to put more buzz droids on me. So, gotta focus on the tank. We can try to hit this spy right now and put a taunt on. And that way we'll only have the tank to deal with. All right, that's it. Kill that Xanadu blood straight out of the gate. That didn't feel great. Okay. Let's do this. And I don't know. I don't think there's any way we need a full complement of ships, but we're going to take them in case we need them. I think we can do it this way. Wow. Okay. Dodged everything. Bad choice on my part. Okay. Get a reinforcement in here. Wow, the scythe is dodging everything as well. All right, here comes a reinforcement. That's a shuttle. Sure, we'll bring in another reinforcement because we can. And then I'm just going to auto this because, I don't know, seems like it needs to work. All right, banner stealer, banner thief, trying to thief some banners from me here. I think he has alt next turn if the capital ship gets to go. He doesn't, though. Should be like 70 banners, 73. That's good. We'll take it. Full clear. 1747. Oof. 4 dropped battles, right? 2 on the front wall. 1 back there. 1 on ships. This was clean. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm here to believe that Ray has got this for us, and he'll clear ships tomorrow. But unless he can clear this Ray, we got chances. I've got my Enfys Nest with my Ray. Put her in there with the Ray crew. She can take all kinds of assists. Auto fighting lesser ships is so refreshing. Do you have Leviathan on defense or not have it? I do not have Leviathan. So no Leviathan, no Lord Vader. Still no Lord Vader, still no Leviathan. The Lord Vader problem will be solved soon, though. You'll be happy to know. Going to get that Lord Vader shortly. And once we get that Lord Vader closed out, we will work on Leviathan or Balin. It depends on who and where and how and all that. But yeah, we'll get those 2. I figure by the end of this year, I should be done, right? By the end of this year, I should be able to get the Lord Vader done, the Leviathan done. I'll have the Bad Batch and the clones done, and whatever new content there is, I'll be working on it on the like cheap to play timeline. So I feel like I'm going to be caught up by the end of the year. Play a little Alpha League, play a couple games. Boris says, DL always says Leviathan is for the weak in Kyber GAC. Dusk said, I just finished this Leviathan Rex, doing Balin after. So every journey guide expect Jedi Mace. Yeah, when's Jedi Mace is like the next thing, right? That's the next series of characters. See, the problem is whenever they bring out a new team and they try to make that new team beat a bunch of what's already available, right? So like they make Balin, and people are complaining that Balin is too easily beat by SLKR and Balin's not worth it and Balin blah, blah, blah. But Balin, if you put Balin on defense, from what I've seen, people pretty much have to use SLKR, right? So Balin, is a really good team. Of course, the Vision Ray and all that, giving SLKR a lift, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm always going to be behind that timeline, Even if I get to Kyber 1, I'm always going to be fighting without the latest 2 teams, at least. Because that's how long it takes on a timeline where you're waiting to farm the characters. I'm always like 3 episodes 2.5 episodes behind, even when I get caught up. What's good here? Spell might be good. We've got healing, right? So we could do this character with healing. They've changed the game again. And now the way traits work, you get a trait again every 5 levels. But it gives your character 14 random traits. And you're offered like 3 out of the 14. So traits are now, I mean, if you get lucky and get the right one, it's good. But there's been times where I've been offered traits and it's just like 3 bad ones. So the character frame has become more important. Like which character you pick into which arena is now much more relevant. And you can win or lose based on traits, but there's absolutely no skill whatsoever. It's just luck. It's just dumb luck if you get a good trait. But this Brunhilde here, Brynhild, whatever, she's a shield champ. When she gets hit with a normal attack, she gains shield stacks. And then, her ult just basically reduces the enemy's attacks. So they keep attacking you and generating shield stacks, but you take less damage from it. So she's all about turtling up. I've found that playing her in arenas where heal is available, she can be pretty good with shield and heal. But without healing, if you're in an arena without heal, it can get pretty rough. I'll take hammering. I don't mind hammering. Keep hammering says every time you buy a skill, you gain 30 gold if it's from your last. So you buy a shield, and then if the next skill that you buy is also a shield, you get refunded 30. So that one takes a long time to pay off, but by the end of the game, it will be worth 2 or 3 times what you normally get from a first level artifact. So it's on a curve. Everybody else will be more powerful than me who got a good artifact at first, but by the end of the game, I will have outmoneyed them with it. That's typically the way I see it. It'd be Jedi Mace, Jocasta, Temple Guard, Depa, and one other Vanguard member. Not sure what their power level will be. Guessing Gungans, maybe. I think overall the Gungans are considered by most people to be pretty weak. So I would hope that like the new Jedi team is better than Gungans. I would think. Well, now I've got keep hammering, but I've got healing stuff up, and I have to take healing, so. And then it gives me shield again with no healing. At least here we can pick shield again. I'll get a refund. I'll sit on 1,000 gold. I don't mind to collect interest. I'm on a win streak. I'm already in a bad spot for the draft. I probably should just spend a little bit more and make sure I maintain my win streak. Win streak right now is more important than, yeah. So I gotta protect my win streak. So let's spend down to about, I don't know, somewhere under 1,000. Let's just keep hammering. And keep hammering. Antidote is good for us. And then we got shield. We can't hammer the shield. Oh boy, are they going to leave a shield up for me to pick? That's dangerous, guys. You don't let the person at the bottom have what they want. Or at least I don't. Sometimes I pick just to stop the best player from getting what they need. That's a shield. There's another shield. We can get a refund and still stay over 1,000. We'll use our free reroll here, and we get loaded up with another shield so we can get refunded next time. You know what? Let's buy it. Preemptive shield, let's take it. That puts us on 780. Give us a good chance of maintaining our win streak. A couple extra skills there to hopefully hold down the win streak. We're at 11 shield. One more shield skill will give us another level up here. So if I look at keep hammering, I've only made 180 from that so far. I kind of want that Frostfire Storm, but I'd really rather hammer. Iron Skin. I think Iron Skin is a broken skill. I think Iron Skin needs to be fixed. It's too good. There's a few things in the game that I still think are too good. Copy Ninja artifact is still way too strong. If I get the Counter-Strike skill with Brunhilde, I think that's also potentially too strong of a trait. You have to be lucky to get it, but yeah, we're going to lose to this monkey. Okay, I don't mind. That's fine. Resets our win streak, which is unfortunate, but we'll keep on hammering. Is he going crit build or something? Huh, I don't. He was hitting pretty hard. I'm not sure what he even has that's letting him hit that hard. I guess I wouldn't mind taking a little frost here and there. We'll just do hammering, hammering. Healing plus frost is pretty good. Let's take hammering. Shield surge. And then a bunch of nonsense we don't want. Here we get Counter-Strike, so we'll take that. Counter-Strike, when we get hit, we do magic damage back to them equal to our shield stacks. So as we get more shield skills and the shield stacks are high, when we look at damage, we'll see that Counter-Strike here, we did 4 for 240. But later on, I mean, that'll be huge. Let's take Deep Well. Enemies have to get 40 more mana, so instead of 100, they have to get 140 to get to their ult. That'll slow down the damage from Muffins next time we see him. Here's a healing. I'll take that. Gain inner fire when we take damage. I like that enough to click on it. More healing skills. Let's take them. Arrogant Aura. When you take damage, gain inner fire. Let's take the... I didn't want to be an inner fire, but it keeps offering it to me. So I don't mind. I don't mind having it, I guess. Alright. The mage. We'll see if the mage cooks us with one lightning bolt. Nah, we're good. That 140 mana is doing nice things for us there, because really will make the magic users take a lot longer to get to their ult. We can hammer on the aura. We can hammer on some healing. Frost. I'm going to click Frost when I see it and there's not something better. Healing equals damage or healing equals shield. I think we'll take the damage source here. Reroll this. Preemptive shield, I'm actually not too excited about. Let's set on 300 gold. We'll gain a little bit of interest, but not much. Mike says, I think they'll be better than Gungans. Dusk says, with Jocasta, I'm pretty sure they'll be better. Journey plus Conquest Lifter, one would hope. They don't just suck. Nah, I think they'll be good. I think they'll be like a Balin level team, I would imagine. I'm guessing Balin level. Ooh, he got Loot Master. Looks like I'm going to get Inner Fire, and I probably can't deny... Oh, I'm going to deny the Inner Fire to the other guy if I can. He's an Inner Fire champ. Let's not let him get that. Okay, freeze an enemy for 25 stacks every half second. I kind of like that. Petrificative is good. Magic resistance and gain Inner Fire stacks. But the leader... the current leader is Muffins, and he's Inner Fire champ. So the frost to cool him down will be nice. I'm just going to sit on this for another round, gain some interest at 590. I feel like we can beat this poison champ. If he has the poison ult or something, it might be difficult, but it seems fine. Okay. Who do we fight next? Dragon. Yeah, we can do interest one more time. Do interest going into the next fight. And then we'll get a monster fight after that, so we'll be able to buy. I've been doing this tactic where, since you get traits at 5 and 10, I'll sometimes spend in to get my level 5 trait and, you know, spend all my cash to get my level 10 trait. But then after I get the level 10 trait, it's like going to be a while before I get the level 15 trait. So if I, you know, go a few rounds and gain some interest, it all depends on who I'm fighting and, you know, next in the arena. But that interest does help. We're still only at 390 from hammering. So this isn't paying out very well yet. All right, let's take some healing here. Here's some more hammering. More hammering. I want to take these inner fires, though. Cremation we'll take. Boiling tar, let's take. You can't have everything, so I'm going to skip spell here. Spell healing. We're at 680. I don't really want crit frost. Maybe I should take crit suppression there. I could take crit suppression. Maybe take a few less crits. 10% less crits to be exact. Alright. We got all kinds of little damage sources. So her thing is we just shield up, don't take much damage, heal what we do take, and then just kind of grind the opponents down. 20% evasion chance is actually pretty interesting. Deep Well. If I take this, the enemies need 190 mana to get their ult. Let's do that. Crit suppression. Reroll this dodge garbage. Antidote I'll take. Flying shield is definitely a must-have. Healing suppression is good. We can do some hammering. Some more hammering. Some more hammering. We're at 290 gold. We'll sit on 290 gold. We'll collect interest for a couple rounds. Yeah, 190. Look how long it takes this guy to get to his ult. Muffins has been made sad. 240 stacks of inner fire is actually pretty low, so our cooling him off by 25 stacks also pretty big deal. Take that flying shield. When you heal, we can do 160 damage now. I think we've got to take that, right? Antidote. And preemptive frost, just cool him down by 150 stacks right at the start of battle. I'll do that, and it'll give me more rare frost skills because I'll hit 12, and at 12 you automatically get all 3 rare frost skills to pick from. So I can do 150 and then immediately go to 300 initial frost stacks. And that'll stop anybody who's trying to like burst damage at the start. Okay, I'm in the lead at the bottom. 26 life remaining. I get to pick whatever's left over. There's 7 players. I get evasion. I don't really want evasion, but that's what's left. Don't have a choice. I'll run away from it. I'll try to run away from the box. Still comes to me anyway. There's no avoiding it. All right, preemptive frost, and then we'll take preemptive frost again. Actually, frost counter might be better. And then boiling tar. We somehow ended up with a ton of inner fire. I'm going to re-roll it. Alright, we get another skill here. Exsanguinate. Layered peaks. Layered peaks is pretty good. That's going to give us extra shield stacks based on our level. So whenever people hit us with a auto attack, we're going to gain a bunch of shields. Shield stacks gained from passive. That'd be an extra 60 shields that we're getting. And our passive triggers only when we get hit by normal attacks. When you deal a damage, poison an enemy. We got a shield skill over here, but I don't mind this. We're not getting hammering worth a darn. 600. This I consider this to be worth 500 to 600. 100. So we've made our money off the first artifact. But we haven't made a lot. You know, sometimes I'm at like 1,100 credits by now. So. Ooh, that was a big lightning bolt. Yikes. She got the lightning bolt crit thing. Oh, it reset too fast. I want to see how much that was for, because it must have been for like 2,000 or more. Because that thing almost one-shotted me. Alright, we'll take that. Frozen Touch. Life Tide. Boy, I'd really like some hammering right about there. We go. We got crit suppression we'll take. Iron Skin, absolutely gotta take that. Couple more hammerings. We're up to 660 now. We're fighting the person who's one of the leaders now. That this character was on fire a few seconds ago. Looks like she lost the slider though. Okay. Gives more hammering. Crit suppression. Unbreakable. Let's take crit suppression again. Heal equals shield. More shield. Frost. Boiling tar. I don't know. I'm just keep getting offered good skills. So we'll run all the money out. At this point, it doesn't matter if we're gaining interest because there's only a few rounds left. There's the poison alt. We're losing life fast, but we've got quite a bit of healing. Okay, we're healing up back out of that big blast of poison that we took. Nice. Nice. We caught it on the way down and managed to bring it back. I don't mind. Evasion denial? It's probably not that relevant, but we'll take it. Boiling tar, 600 stacks at the start. That's pretty good. I mean, that means this champion can't have any frost on us at the start, right? Okay. Oof, there's that poison. Live through it. Stabilize. Start bringing the life total back up. We good. Nice. One more round, huh? Oh, there's shields. Let me have it. I got it. Oh, Iron Skin, minus 12 for every damage taken for each unique shield skill. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 144 damage reduction on every single damage source. That's why I think it's broken. You know, every single source of damage is doing 144 less damage. That's too much. That's too much. It makes this champ, and I mean, anybody who uses shield can get it. Makes you super hard to kill. Like a lot of the damage sources you see, they're not missing, they just don't do enough damage. So like all this stuff coming in, you see like a 1 fly up there and a 6 and an 8. I mean, that's like 150 damage, and I'm taking 8 from it. You know? Yeah. Yep. Nice, first place. Take that. But yeah, I do honestly believe that which champion you pick now is pretty critical in the game. Yep. All right. So here's the deal. What I look for is any... there's two things that I look for in the arena. If, like, let's say there's no evasion in the arena. When there's no evasion, attack champions do really well. James, the new Bedivere champion, the monkey. So a lot of the champions that are attack based, if there is attack and there's no evasion, people love to play those champs. So if I see something that looks like really obvious where people would pick that, then I'll try to pick whatever champion I think can beat the attack champions. The other thing I look for is unmatched skills. So like if vulnerable was in and no shields were out, and shields were out, vulnerable would be very powerful. If frost is in and inner fire is out, then frost is very powerful. This is actually like exactly what I'm talking about, because you have weaponry, evasion is out. I feel like people are going to play weaponry champs here. So let's play Crunch Mech. Right? We'll play Crunch Mech, and we will try to do, I think, Spell Mech. I feel like Spell Mech would do really well into this. That would allow us to do some healing, to do some frosting, poison, like everything we want to do, and attack damage, and there's no evasion. So maybe we also could just build attack. That's the other thing we could do. It is a frost board and there's no inner fire. Yeah, we don't have the tech to completely do weaponry. Well, there's spell and frost right off the bat. I'm going to try the tactic that I always try at the beginning, which is basically I don't buy anything, I don't skill anything up. I mean, obviously you have no choice because the game gave me some skills off the first battle. But I will try to lose the first 3. If I could lose 3 in a row, I would love it. Because then when you go to the first draft, you get to pick first. And getting that boost on exactly the skill that you want on that first draft, it really helps. It helps you get to rare skills sooner. And then you get to, you know, higher levels, which gives you traits sooner. So it's really, yeah. Crunchback too strong. Killed that poor mage. I think it's funny though, I'm a health champion and almost every other champion actually has more health than the health champions at the start. Gain 4 levels. It's basically a free trait. And by losing 10 health, then I guarantee that I get to go first in the carousel. 30 attack damage, base amounts of, oh man. I think reducing enemy armor might be the ticket. But if I'm going spell, let's just get more shots. More shots. Okay. And then I can actually start making some purchases here. Steady boost is so good for Crunch Mech. But I think I want to take Flaming Weapon. I'm going to try to use my free reroll, but I want to collect interest here at the start. After I lose 10 life, then I'm much less interested in a losing streak. Right? Much less interested in losing. Okay. This is the eventual payoff, right? We're going for the payoff down the road. It's giving me frost magic again, or I've got to take health over spell, or do I? Yeah, we better take health. Here's drone health, more health. Healing suppression. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't re-roll that. I love healing suppression too much. At the end of the game, I mean, people who have max healing are really hard to kill. Even if you have like super high damage, they become really hard to kill. So just picking up some healing suppression along the way, cutting down on the amount of healing that they can do, really is a big deal. So I can't pass up that healing suppression, unfortunately. We're at 890. We're still collecting some interest. I think now I'm really interested in staying on a win streak. I'm going to be able to pick up health here. Which is fantastic. All right. Nice. We were able to pick up some health skills. That gives us another level. We did pick up a elemental giant, which is a spell plus health, so that's nice. Okay, take that healing suppression. Mana Spring is pretty good, but Flaming Weapon just increases your attacks. Too much synergy. So this character's ult is literally just 4 attacks. So if you increase attack damage as part of doing your spell, that attack damage affects your basic attacks. We've increased that to 6, right? So when we do an ult, 6 basic attacks are going to hit. Boosting up that damage when we trigger it is pretty good. 16 attack for 2 seconds. It'll eventually be like, what does it go to? 48 attack, I think. And if you can get multiple ults in a row, it stacks your attack power so fast. We'll take spell here. Spell here. Cremation. It's not bad. Oh, I thought. Huh. Why was I thinking there was no inner fire in this? I think I was looking at attack earlier and I said we won't do attack if there's no inner fire, but there is inner fire. There is indeed inner fire. We can take that with our ult and try to start getting inner fire stacks with our ult. That would be good. Looks like we're going to lose this one. Nice. I murder Zins. Just more healing than we have damage at the moment. All right, and then I'm just going to let my interest go. Once I'm on a losing streak, I'm just going to go back to 1,000, go full interest for a couple more rounds. If I win again, then I'm very interested in maintaining that win streak for the rest of the game. Enemy armor minus 60 is really good. 30 damage per ultimate skill activation is good. Attack damage and body size. I think enemy armor reduction is probably the best right here. Let's grab that inner fire. Here's steady boost. I like that. Frost magic ball. I said I was going to let my interest go, but I probably ought to just gain interest. I hate letting a free reroll go to waste. Every turn that I don't use my free reroll, it feels inefficient. But I don't want to spend too much either. Okay, Frost Champ. Ooh! We're We're super slow, but when when our ult finally floats across the screen, we're good. We're going to need a lot more inner fire. There's several champs that are doing well that have too much frost. Meditation, let's gain 6 spell. That's good. 970, we'll hang on. I want to use my free reroll though, let's go. Life Plunder I think is better than the rare skill here. I hate that that's true, but gotta take it again. Here's more inner fire. More inner fire. More ways to get inner fire. I'm spending all my money. I lied about saving up for interest. I won again, so I want to keep winning. So let's keep winning. There we go. The ult goes off. Nice big damaging attacks. 172 attack damage and counting. We're about to be level 15. You get a little health, a little spell. We'll hit level 15 and we'll get another trait. All right. I don't really want any of this garbage. Maybe this is good. I don't really want to go into healing too much though. Healing on the ultimate is good. All right, we'll do that. Okay. Cremation. Undying Phoenix is good, but I really want cremation, right? That stops the enemies from getting inner fire, slows everything down. We're not trying to play into frost, but since everybody is subject to the frost stacks from the arena that we're in, making it harder for them to gain inner fire is really good. But I want that health. What do I do here? Okay, we get to pick first-ish again, and health is up. So we can grab the health off of here. And then that gets us 15. Steal enemy evasion by 8%. Evasion is out. But stealing their evasion is good. It's really good. Attack damage and body size. I'm going to steal evasion. I'm going to steal evasion. When you take damage, gain inner fire. That's good. Self-healing body is good. Take that. And reroll this. 15% life at the start of battle. That's good too. We'll take that. Okay, and then we have to start on phase 2 of the strategy. We've gotten a little bit of health. We're up to 3,500 health. We're going to get a couple more health skills coming up here. And then we just got to kind of, from there, unless it's like really good inner fire or healing suppression, we just go for like all spell. We got to get to the spell ult. It's just all spell from here on out. Once we get to 24 health, so we're gonna sit on this. That's a champion with a win streak. All right, we'll take that. Try to put an end to the win streak if we can. I would really like to go on a 5-win streak. Ooh, doesn't look promising though. We're taking a lot of damage here. We did a lot of damage though. Can you imagine if we got the arcane ult and or the legendary skill for spell says you cast your ultimate as soon as the combat starts? We would have one-shotted that character right at the start, like instantly. That's what we're going for with this build. We need a lot of spell, though. We need a lot of spell. We still got a couple free spell skills that we're going to get from our meditation here. But then we really got to start looking for some spell. We still need to get... Steady boost is so good for this guy, though. It's so good. It's so good. His attack speed is so slow that any small increase in attack speed is just massive on this character. So we'll wait at 800. We'll collect interest. And then we'll probably spend most of our money looking for spell. Again, we're at level 16. So we want to kind of spend a bunch of money and make a push when we think we're going to get level 20 right now. I think that's probably how I'll work it. I like to save up going into artifacts if I can. Doesn't always work out that way, but secret book, early bird. Early bird is so good for us. Early bird's going to be good because then we can get the health ultimate early. We can get the spell ultimate early. We can even get potentially the weaponry. So early bird should be cash money for this build. Life plunder is too good. I really want spell. We're gonna pass over life plunder because we really want the spell. Got to take spell. Inner fire. Okay. Is this the character that beat us last time? I think it is. All right, here comes our big hits. Oh. Okay. This character has just enough healing to make it annoying for us. If we would have bought the last life skill and the life alt, we could have afforded that. We would have won that. It's unfortunate. Steady boost again. We got to buy wind missile. I think I do want Thunder Force, right? We just need one more spell, and we can get the arcane legendary. So if we have increased attack damage at the start of the fight, it'll affect that first set of rocks that we launch. 690. It's not enough to do everything. Okay. We pick second. I'm going to pick spell here. No! He got to it before I could. Fine, we'll take health. I mean, we got a health champion, so we don't mind health. But boy, I sure wish we could have grabbed that spell. Okay, reroll this. Anti-freezing is useful for us. Steady boost. Come on, I just need a spell. Cremation I want. Just give me a spell. 30% life at the start of battle. We got to take that. It's giving me skills that I don't want to pass up. I still have 14 life to work with too, so that's a factor. This mage is doing auto attacks at a crazy rate, and she's making me go to 150 for my alt. But here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes the big hearts. It's enough. Okay. Here we get spells. Mana Drain seems good. And then Arcane Surge is up there. So as soon as we get money, we'll get that. We'll be able to start the combat with a big old spell. which will also give us inner fire. It'll put frost on the enemy, poison stacks, everything that we've got in spell that happens when we do trigger our ultimate, right? So we'll get 25 mana back, 150 stacks of inner fire. It's a lot of stuff that will, a lot of juicy goodness to get in that ult. We're fighting the same character again. I guess we must have fought a clone of her last round. Arcane Storm, got it. Soul Offering is really good, but I just want more cremation. I just want to stop the enemies from getting their inner fire. Modification. We're getting close. We got to take Magic Mark. I was going to say we're getting close to 40 health. That'll be another 600 health and another 90 or another 45 magic resistance, taking us to 90. So then the magic champs are going to have a real hard time. But we want that spell. That spell skill. There we go. Oh, it's not enough damage. Luckily, we had the resurrect. He actually killed us, and we came back from our Titanic Power ult. Luckily, we had that. Okay, we're just looking for another health. We've got exactly 300. Let's spend it. Mana Drain is good. Hex, we got to take. I'm looking for that last health, but I definitely don't want to skip good spells to do it. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can. Oh, 5,800. 5,100 after I stole life. This character had tons of life. Last time we fought this character, I feel like she had like 2068 or something like that. Reroll this. Okay. Let's just take the health. Life Plunder. Too good. Healing Suppression, too good to pass up. Attack Suppression, I'll take 2. We get another, let's take Gigantification. Sure. Let's see what happens to our attack damage right at the start. 493 attack damage. Down she goes. That's the character that beat us a couple times. We're not putting up with any of that nonsense now with our 500 starting damage. I want that inner fire. Yeah, whatever. It was way too far away. I couldn't get to it. Okay, what about... What if we look to get 24 inner fire? I don't think is that great. But at this point, 24 attack weaponry would get us Frenzy. That could be interesting. Bang. Here we go with the ult. Here we go again, another ult, second ult. Yeah, we didn't die that time. He didn't kill us before we survived. All right. Crunch Mech going into the last round here. I think it's over, right? We should be able to kill this Frost Champ pretty easily. And this victory brought to you by Early Bird. Indeed. That was a well-timed pick. Early Bird is good in the second or third. I've picked it for my first artifact before. And, I mean, it has no effect on the game until you get to 24 skill. So Early Bird as your first artifact is pretty terrible. Do not recommend. All right, I'll run one more. Mike Armstrong says good night. That's going to do it for me. Have a great night, everyone. All right. Probably too late to say goodbye, Mike Armstrong, but see you later. See you later, alligator. Alligator. Time for a drink. Got to get my big jug of water out here. Man, I've become more and more conscious. For people who like the channel, you've probably heard me rant about plastic before and how I think plastic should be illegal. As much as I hate plastic, it only recently occurred to me that, like, I'm drinking out of plastic cups. I'm using plastic bags to store food in my refrigerator. So I have tried to start deplasticking my life a little bit, you know. So I've got a metal jug for my water, put in it glass, avoid plastic a little bit. I love vulnerable here. If there was toxin, we could do some fun stuff. I don't mind Helsing. Here's a fun thing I'll show you guys. I clicked on Helsing on the other screen, and then I re-rolled, but I didn't select anybody on the new screen, and it still gives me Helsing. It's a funny little bug in the game right now. You can pick a champ on screen 1 or 2, and you can re-roll. As long as you don't touch any of the other characters on the other screen, it'll touch whichever was the last character that you had selected. I like Inner Fire here. I also like Drone. I also like Shield. I think maybe Vulnerable Shield, and then we just don't care. If people build spell, we don't care. Because vulnerable is going to generate, shields are going to generate, no matter if we're frozen or not, or whatever. Shield will protect us against attacks and also other vulnerable champions. So I think that's what we're going to do. Vulnerable and shield. We just got to get to flying shield, because flying shield is going to be a big source of damage. We can also pick up mech. I mean, if the game gives me more mech than shield, I'm fine with vulnerable mech as well. What was missing on this one? Healing is missing. Poison. Evasion. And frost. Yep. Free throws, crit skills. No, I don't want any of it. Keep yammering. It's okay. Reborn. Reborn is good later on, but this early I don't like it, so hammering is kind of the only thing that's good enough for me to take. I'm going to buy this. It does allow me to hammer. And then I need to take vulnerable skills. So I'm at 700. I'll still collect a bunch of interest. But with hammering, I definitely want to try to use these free rerolls so that I can keep hammering. So I'll either hammer or vulnerable or pass. We need to get vulnerable skills in this guy. If anybody's watched me play Helsing before, he is really a trash champ until you get some vulnerable stuff on him. Like, I've got a vulnerable skill right now that triggers when I make an enemy vulnerable. But his passive is like, when an enemy is vulnerable, you reduce their magic and armor by 30%. It's a really good passive, but you have to, in fact, have vulnerable on them. shields and vulnerables cancel each other out. Inner fire, cremation, fine. If I want to take shield, we got to take that here. This is hammering. Yeah, we got to get the vulnerables, so we just got to stop here at 650 again. So not only do we have to get vulnerables on them, you know, somehow, but then we also have to get enough vulnerables on them to overcome however many shields they're putting on, because their shields are going to cancel our vulnerables. So this is not an easy arena for Helsing to fight into, but like halfway through the game, when I can start generating some pretty solid vulnerable stacks, Helsing will quite suddenly turn, and if we do it right, we'll start winning, let's say, second carousel time frame. We'll start winning, and then, you know, we won't drop a battle again for the rest of the sequence. That's how it often works. And if the build doesn't come together, then halfway through, you know, we'll miss that sequence, and then we'll just lose. Oh boy. Things that happen when you take damage. By the end of this, the battle should be over so fast that a lot of these skills should be irrelevant. We need more vulnerable stuff. This is all triggering vulnerable, though. Cannot get where you want to go. Yeah, we've got to find some stuff that's generating vulnerable, or we're going to lose pretty quickly. So we're going to start taking vulnerable only right now, at least for a little while. So even though we do want to build shield, we're going to start passing on shields. 30 damage is good. I think Dread Scream, those are all three not good, in my opinion. The Soul Offering here is really good, though, because it does give us another damage source if we do a little bit of Inner Fire. Let's take it. That's Inner Fire. Okay, here we got Vulnerable. Vulnerable. Curse Surge. Spell Sharp. Okay. We actually have vulnerable stacks on our opponent for the first time. All right. That changes things now, doesn't it? Okay. We have avoided the desperation. We now have some skills that offer us vulnerable. Okay, 620 in the bank. I think the skill that we have up right now, we've got something for hammering. Yeah. I want more vulnerable, but I will take hammering. Being able to pick up a skill for 70 money is pretty good. We can switch back over to vulnerable now. I don't really want spell, but I mean hammering is, it's good for 70. And then we can pick up more vulnerable there. And the spell one, it puts vulnerable stacks on when you do your ult. So it's more ways to get vulnerable stacks onto the enemy. That's really good. We're at 700 gold. We didn't use our free reroll yet. Okay, we can use it here though. Nice. We'll get Curse Formation. We'll be able to hammer Curse Formation. And then we'll immediately get another vulnerable skill. And I think we'll immediately do Curse Formation again. Curse Formation does 3 stacks times the amount of seconds of combat. So like in this combat right here against the guy with a lot of shields, as the time wears on, it makes a big difference in being able to get rid of his shield stacks and keep the vulnerable up. Easter egg, I'll definitely take an Easter egg here. There's a lot of good stuff. I don't mind anything here. I would literally take every single one of these. Sky Splitter Slash, the crit one is probably the worst for us. Spell is probably the best. But of course, vulnerable if we get it. It's really good. Okay, so let's take Curse Formation immediately followed by Curse Formation. And we're getting a whole bunch of hammering here, which is nice. Begin with Inner Fire. We'll take that. Damage Reflection. Shield Interfere. Shield Interfere is really strong. Once again, we didn't use our free reroll. Like, we're getting all skills that we want to pick. It looks like this Cull's got our number, though. Look at this. Well, he invested in preemptive vulnerable, it looked like. So he got a good chunk of damage on us right at first, but then we kind of took over. There's a crunch mech up top here. He's building health and vulnerable and shield. Let's take shield interfere. Cut back on his plan to do all of that stuff. We can reroll this. Finally. We can do that because we were at 370. We get the refund and we stay at 300. Curse Formation, we can go up to 12 per second. Maybe I should have bought that against this guy. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. He's way ahead of us somehow. Oh, he's got Copy Ninja. Psh, we lose. Good going, second place. Copy Ninja is the single most broken thing in the game. I'm going to take shield here. I mean, I want vulnerable, but if we're going to start beating these other champs, we've got to get enough shield to stop their vulnerable. Evil Spreads is too good here. That's going to upgrade my passive. So instead of 30% reduction, it's now going to be a 55% reduction. We're going to take this Curse Formation. Here's Iron Skin for us. That's what we're in shield for in the first place. We've already got one of these, so I'm going to pass on that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So minus 30 damage per hit. That's pretty good. I might take the drone shields. I'm almost out of money. I'm at 170. I think we're okay. Let's, like I said, second carousel is where we got to turn it around. We're still at 18 life. I think we're okay. We're at 400. If I spend, we'll be at 340. So it's not a convenient place to hammer. Let's just wait. Let's just wait. How am I going to beat that Crunch Mech with Copy Ninja? He's going to be getting 3 free skills almost every battle. There's no way I can keep up with that. I have to win against everybody but him while collecting full interest. I think that's the only way I get a chance. And I need an early bird again for my last skill. We got front line. I probably actually need to invest a little bit in mech. Since we got front line, we need to lean into it a little bit. So we'll definitely take that. Reroll this. Mana drain's pretty good. It's not getting us what we want though. Let's reroll it. Here we've got Corrosive Curse. Who are we fighting next? Ren. I think we're good to beat Ren. That's the call. That's going to like burst us right here out of the gate. And then we're going to slowly whittle. Well, that wasn't slow at all. We knocked his robe off. Okay. Barrel theory. It's too late for barrel theory. I'm just going to take the free mech skills since we got mech anyway. All right, we got to take that. Reroll this. Hammering. Mech skill. Preemptive pain. I think corrosive. Well, preemptive pain is pretty good. Let's take preemptive pain to give ourselves a little bit more burst right off the start. None of this is hammering. We'll get 12 mech next turn and we'll be able to pick another mech skill. We'll get this free skill from mech. So I don't think I actually want to take overload after all. I don't think it helps me in this build. Self-destruct. More vulnerable. We've already got all of these shields. We'll take the mech shield, mech overload, because it is hammering. Cremation. Final Prophecy is vulnerable, but cremation is just stopping the enemies from getting inner fire. Does the main player... He doesn't have that much inner fire. Yeah. Okay, let's stick to the vulnerable side of things then. Attack Tide, I don't think we need. We're picking last here. Alright, let's do some rerolls while we're waiting. This is hammering, we'll take it. They're going to leave a vulnerable for me. Please leave a vulnerable or a shield. There's the vulnerable. Opponent's going to get to it before me. Oh, he didn't want it. Really? He's taking mech? He wanted mech. Oh, because mech gives him a level. That must have given him the level he needed. Reroll this. There's some shield garbage. Your shield interfere. We definitely take that. Drone destruct. I'll take it. We'll do hammering. Final Prophecy versus cremation again. We just got to take vulnerable. We got to try to get to our vulnerable alt 24 mech. I said at the start if I ended up in vulnerable and mech, I wouldn't mind. Wow. Angry Sam. We didn't do much damage. He was sheeping us, right? He sheeped us. He's got... we'll take cremation. Cremation's going to hold him down a little bit. I'll take that. Steady boost, wind missiles, another... I don't want to be in attack, though. Let's get out of here. Preemptive shield is a new shield skill that gives us more... It prevents the enemy burst against us. A little bit. Oh. Oh. Copy ninja. Too strong. Yeah, we're not going to beat that guy. The only question is, can we beat the Samuel? The Samuel's also really strong, as we saw. We'll take the extra hit points. That's mech 24. We like that. Vulnerable. Shield. Vulnerable. Reroll. Okay, we got the vulnerable ult. Next phase, we'll be able to buy our last vulnerable skill and hammer the vulnerable ult. We're at 810. Good. Now what? 1,000 damage from a destroyed drone. And they'll have to destroy 3 of them on the way down, right? What we really need now is the shield alt. It'd be nice to get the shield alt. And that way, if we get bursted down, we'll hold on for a couple seconds to do our damage. Nope. Didn't make it. 3rd place. All right. Where does that put us, though? Like 3-3-1 for this session? Rank 21. Look at me go. 2 first place and a 3rd. Not horrible. What are my statistics? Win rate 71%. Top 4 rate 100%. My average rank is 1. Nice. Nice. What was missing on this one? Copy Ninja is broken. Copy Ninja gives you a % chance that every time you get a win, you steal skills from the enemy. He got Copy Ninja early on in the game and went on a win streak. So once you've got 3, 6, 9, 12, you've got 12 more skills than anybody in the game has, and you're on a win streak. You just keep winning. You keep stealing their skills. Later on, when people have rare skills, you start stealing their rare skills. Nobody in the game will ever catch up. So any player that's good at the game that gets Copy Ninja in the first artifact slot should always win the game. That should not be a question. Against the Samuel, he just had more burst damage than me. You know, he did a spell build where he was doing spell right off the bat and sheeped me. If you remember at the start, I said in this arena, it might be smart to go shield and vulnerable because then it doesn't matter if people take spell and sheep you. But in this case, you know, he had both the alt and also enough damage that, I didn't get to do anything. You know, I was in sheep for most of the combat. The combat lasted 4 seconds. So the guy who got 2nd place legitimately just got a better build than me. And the guy in 1st place just got Copy Ninja. So that's the way the game goes right now. I really hope they fix Copy Ninja. I think if Copy Ninja, if you got it in the 1st slot, it should copy 1 skill. If you got it in the 2nd slot, it should copy 2 skills. And if you get it in the 3rd, it should copy 3 skills. That would be fair. If you got it early, I've had it, the early one, I've had copy like by the end of the game, like 12 times. So I've had like 36 extra skills. Well, if that was only 1, it would be 12 extra skills. A lot of stuff gives you the equivalent of 5 or 6 skills out of that 1st slot. So Copy Ninja would then, by the end of that game, it would have doubled the value of that 1st artifact slot. So it's still good. But Copy Ninja in the 1st slot should be 1, copy 1 skill. In the 2nd slot, copy 2 skills. In the 3rd slot, copy 3. And then it would be okay. But if you start copying 3 skills, it's a 40% chance, but it works out to statistically 4 out of 10 rounds. And the statistics go up when you miss. So it's not always 40%. If you miss, it goes up to 60%. And if you do the statistics on the misses, it's like a 55% chance. So almost 6 out of 10 rounds, you get copies. So 10 rounds later, you will have 18 extra skills, as long as you're winning, right? If you get Copy Ninja with Helsing, you're not going to go on a win streak, right? So it also matters what champ you're in. You have to be in a champ that can, in fact, get a win streak. Sheep works well. I've seen you use it. Yeah, Sheep is great. The Brunhilde champion, that shield champion, she is one of the ones that just does not care about Sheep. if you can get Counter Strike on her and just like shield skills and whatever, like she can just spend the whole battle sheeped and still win, which is pretty fun. All right, that's going to be it for me. Thank you all for coming out, watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. You know the end drill. Like, subscribe, notification bell. There's openings right now in Foundlings and Rogue Guilds. I should have said that earlier. But for anybody who's still here, if you've ever wanted to join Foundlings or the Immortal Rogues Guild, kind of our sister guild, come over to the server, get a hold of Jingle Bell Rainbow. Check that out. It's a really great guild. I love it. It's very competitive. And for our galactic power, we're always punching up way above our weight, which feels good. So it's got good leadership. The right balance, I think, between a pretty competitive guild, but not so much that they're oppressive. It's not ridiculous. So come on over and join us. All right, thank you all for watching. See you in the next Holocron.